Okay, so today I wanted to go over a project that I've started working on a while back, but it's kind of like a mess right here, so you can kind of get a good look at it before it becomes something. I've troubleshooted a lot of stuff and tested everything that I have so far, except for the laser proximity sensor. So that was kind of what I wanted to highlight in this little video was these guys. So this is two things we've got here is. So this is the laser, so this is the laser module, and the laser itself is here, and then it's got like the interface here to hook up to your Arduino or possibly a Raspberry Pi or some other microcontroller. And then over here you have a light sensitive diode, and so I'm pretty sure that this will basically detect the laser. And then it goes through here. This is another breakout for the laser detector, the light source. And then it has a little microcontroller to manage all that. So that's a pretty advanced way of setting up your proximity sensors. You have these two guys that are both hooked up. And then what you have instead of doing this big thing, I think there's a way that you can use just this in line with like a resistor, and then yeah, so the resistors are here, and everything is just everywhere right now. So yeah, there's somewhere over here is the diodes. Anyways, yeah. So, oh, there they are. Yeah, hiding way over here. In the back. Of course, about to fall off the table. Alright, yeah, so these are the diodes, and you can kind of get a better look at it. They have this squiggly line on it. It's kind of hard to see. Maybe I'll get my other lens out. Let's see if I can get it to autofocus. No. Okay. Anyways, so that's what I'm working on, and also working on a breakout for my keypad. So this is the keypad that they came with. I came with the kit and that I got, and it's got like, you know, A, B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, 1 through 9, and 0 or 0 through 9. And I got this extra shield. Got these a long time ago for a different project. Never ended up doing that. It was way over my head, so yeah. Anyways, kind of beyond my skill level. So anyways, so what I've been doing here is configuring this board using these little jumpers. These are not your normal jumpers that are like, you know, just stringy. These ones are actually like solid core. They're not braided core, so these are like braided core. These are braided core, and they bend really easily. The solid core are more rigid, and they're really great for this sort of work where you're just going directly from, you know, this to this, and you don't really want them to move. You're going to solder them onto the board, and they're not going anywhere. The other way to do this would be to use traces, and using really thin. I have this magnet wire here, so I might actually play around. You can barely even see that. There you go. Yeah, so that's the magnet wire, and I could run the magnet wire on the board, because each of these holes, they don't connect to anything. They're just holes with stuff. But out here on the edges, these ones are the ones that connect to the pins, and then this will sit on top of this Arduino. So this is the actual microcontroller that hooks up to the laptop that makes everything work. And so this board will go and sit on top of this, and then this board will then sit on top of that. So it will be like a stack with this keypad at the top, and then underneath the keypad. So I plan to put this like actually on the other side, so it's like this, right? So this goes here, and then underneath the keypad, I'm actually going to put this guy, which is an RFID sensor, and I'll be able to put it underneath the keypad such that you can take your key over here like you would have to get into your office or whatever, and you swipe it right onto whatever thing. And it should work that I can swipe it right on the keypad itself. I've tested it several times and it seems to work great. So I'll be able to just put this module directly underneath this module attached to the same board, so kind of like that. And then this guy will go on top of that and it'll sit like that. And then you'll be able to like swipe it and then into your keypad to turn off the alarm. So yeah, and this is all an alarm system that I'm hoping to install eventually, but I'm working on a couple things. These are the reed switches. They're just simple magnet reed switches. One is not connected to anything, the other one is, and so you just have, it's a two-state sensor, on or off, and that way if the door is closed, you put this on the door that the door that swings, and that's on the wall. And then this opens and comes, when it's open, you know, then, oh, someone's coming into the house. You have to swipe your keypad and enter your number. Otherwise, it will, you know, blow up the house or whatever, right? You know, or you will, you know, release the hounds or whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's that project. And I got another one that I'm working on that has to do with the lasers. The lasers I'm going to set up, because it doesn't really make sense to use a reed switch and a laser tripwire in the same, you know, space. So I'll set this up independently in the garage, and I'm planning on using a very old headlamp. This is an old headlamp I picked up at a garage sale for about $1 here in town, and it was all rusty and old and had a really nasty band. It's probably, you know, 70 years old. It's a really cool package box. Here, I'll show you. It's, you know, it's got this young lad here, you know, with his thing. Yeah. Head lantern, hands-free. Yeah, it was the bee's knees back in the day, probably. Yeah, and it came with this massive D-battery pack. And so I got to figure out the voltage and amperage to run this light bulb and see what I can do. But I wanted to mount this on the wall of the garage, so that way when we're backing into the garage, the light will be out. But when you get to a certain point in the garage and you need to stop before you run into, like, you know, the refrigerator or whatever at the back of the garage, you'll back up and you'll hit the tripwire, and then this light will shine. It'll come on and it'll tell you stop. Basically, that'll be your stop signal. And then if you turn off your car, and then after a few minutes, or, you know, maybe, you know, 30 seconds, whatever, this light will shut off automatically. If it's tripped again, it will automatically turn back on. So every time you walk past the tripwire, it'll turn on, which will be fun. But and then there'll be this kill switch here, which came with the original lantern, and I'll use that to, you know, turn off the whole system. So that way, it'll still, it won't be running this light. You know, like if we're doing a lot of work in the garage and we're going in and out all the time, we don't want this thing shining all the time, so we'll turn it off. And yeah, but then turn it off when you leave or whatever. So yep, this is the garage door solution, the totally over-engineered version of how to park your car in the garage. So yeah, cool idea. So that's what I'm working on these days. So hope you guys enjoyed that video. I'll be in touch with more stuff later.